Andrew, I'm curious about, one of the things that people might not know is that so much of music retail is based in the Twin Cities. So whether it was, back in the day, Sam Goody and Musicland, but Best Buy, Target, whatever, they're all Twin Cities companies, right?
Yes, and the internet was really getting going here with Bitstream. I actually had a chance to talk to Chuck Hermes, who was at the time in the early 90s Prince's kind of main like tech guy. And he was the one that actually sat Prince down at the computer for the first time and like literally logged him onto AOL and they listened to the dial-up together and he watched Prince like react to this new possibility. And I had a chance to talk to him and a bunch of other people that worked at Paisley Park at, I think it was the first celebration the year after Prince passed away. And he was saying, from that moment on, Prince was looking at the internet, not going, how does this work? How do I use it? How do I interact with these people? But what can we do with this? And I just thought that was so interesting. Every time he was presented with something new, he didn't really ever bother to learn like how other people were using it. He had this very improvisational way of approaching all of these different tools of how can I use this in a way that's going to benefit me and what I'm trying to accomplish. And
Right.
I
So it's
just
almost raw materials for him.
yeah, yeah. And of course, yeah, and as you mentioned, there's this dovetailing of, this really like early internet culture developing in the Twin Cities and also this early like music retail. So he did have access, in the mid 90s as he was thinking about branching out and becoming an independent artist. He could just walk over basically to Best Buy's headquarters and sit down with the CEO and say, "Hey, can we work out a deal?" He could do the same with Target, which is how he eventually released Lotus Flower in the late 2000s. But I do remember recalling that he met with Best Buy, I think, in that era to get a conversation going about how they could directly distribute his music through NPG Records.